I get home from the East Coast Rep Rap Festival. DHL has a giant box waiting for me at my office. Let's open it up and see what's in here. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Scott, Edge of 3D, and just got home from East Coast Rep Rap Festival, and there was a giant box waiting for me at my office from DHL. Actually several boxes, but we're going to start with this one. And we're going to open it up, and it's a Creality K1 Max. I already know what's in it. So let's get it out of this crate and out of the box inside, and let's set it up and do a first print with it and see how it goes. So yes, I know the comments are already going to start about everybody else doesn't get theirs shipped in a wooden crate, and there's reasons for that, because this doesn't come out of their stock inventory. It actually gets shipped. It gets shipped directly from the offices in Shenzhen. In fact, when I was there, sorry about that, had to step behind it. When I was there, this was actually sitting out in the way, and I walked around it for 7 days. This exact one. And it has been opened before, just resealed. I don't know if it's a used machine, a prototype machine that they had there, hell, who knows. But we're going to get it out, see what it is, and try to print with it. See what happens. And I'm not going to bother to take the wooden crate out of the, or the cardboard box out of the wooden crate. There's the Creality stickers and book. Let's see here. Now let's pop this off. Looks like the top glass panel right here. Yeah, that's the top glass. Set it back here out of the way. Let's get this pulled up out of there. And I'm going to do this. We're going to slide the crate down to that end of the bench. And I didn't go to the gym today, so here's my workout for the gym. Get this up out of here and over to here. And let's hope we don't drop it and have an Uncle Jesse moment and need a new front door. Yeah, it ain't coming out like that. So I'm going to have to go to the floor with it and lift it out from the floor. So get it down here on the floor. Maybe I can get a hold of it from the frame or something. There's a spot right there I can grab it. A spot right here. And there we go. K1 big boy. Glass isn't broken. Nothing's broken on it so far. Sorry I keep bumping that mic. I'm sure that makes all kinds of racket. That looks like everything that was in that crate. I'm going to close that crate back up, because this is only here on loan, so at some point it is going to have to get crated back up and sent back to Creality. Pop all this out of here. I'm sure there's an owner's manual somewhere that tells you in what order to do this stuff. Part of doing an unboxing video so that when you have to box it up to send it back to the company. There's a tool kit, metal grease, glue stick. This must be an unclogging wire. It's way too big. Scraper, USB drive. Those are some different cutters than what Creality normally ships, so maybe they've upped their game a little bit on that. It's like it comes with a spare hot end. It's the new red one, so supposedly that's the latest version. It's got a red one on it. Actually looks like it has LiDAR on it as well. Roll of Hyper PLA. I think this is the front door magnet stuff, so we're going to want to get to that right away so we don't repeat what Uncle Jesse did. And I'm not going to use any of the rest of that crap. Spool holder, just clips onto the back. Nothing fancy there. Looks like they've done away with the filament runout sensor that I have on my K1. Now it's just, turn this around here. Now it's just a PTFE holder and no more filament runout sensor on it. Let's see what else we can extract from inside here. Just more foam. And let's go ahead and turn this like this. Get this really nasty packing tape off of it. I guess we're going to do a peel whether we want to or not because it's coming off with the packing tape. So the front door is getting a peel anyway. And looks like there's a piece to peel here. A piece to peel down here that holds the cable for the display screen, and I think it's right here. I'll go ahead and peel the inside of this door as well. Now, before we go any further, let's figure out how this goes on. Got a cute little picture there that shows you the magnet plate, a couple of spacers, the screws go through that and into the handle. Let's see if they gave us tools that'll actually fit any of this stuff. Couple of extra screws in there, and okay. Too big, just right. So that goes through, let's see here, yep, like that. And the strike plate goes towards the outside of the door. And it's just threaded into plastic with self-tapping threads. Either that screw has some really shallow yeah, it's not the reliefs for the hex don't go very deep into the screw head, so. This one seems to be a little better. Yeah, much better on that one now. It's got a little bit of magnetism to it. We'll just pile everything up over here. Now, there are 3 spots in here that got to have screws removed from them. Let's go ahead and get the build plate out of there. Looks like it's got a peel on it too. And let's take these 3 screws out that are down in here. Turn that so kind of give you an idea what's going on in there. I don't think the camera's getting down that far. So let's do this. I don't have one of them fancy desks like Edge of Deck or Edge of Desk Jim and the real Sam Prentice. You know, where I can just push a button and it goes up. No, I actually have to manually crank mine. But that's the difference between 1,500 subscribers and 50,000 subscribers, I guess. So inside of here, there's 3 screws. I'm trying to do this the right way and use the tools they supplied, but this would be a whole lot easier with a regular iFixit. I know these aren't needle nose pliers, but I can't get a hold of that screw to get it out of there. So there's one. And mind you, that wasn't tight. This one isn't tight either. They're very loose. So I'm going to guess when they put this machine back in the crate after they were done doing whatever they do with it at the offices in Shenzhen, the screws got dropped in the holes but never really got fully threaded back in, maybe. Yeah, this one's loose too. Actually not even touching anything in there, so let's pop that out if I can get a hold of it. Might have to step out and get some hemostats. Get down in there, because this is definitely not the right tool for trying to lift that out of there. You're wasting a whole lot of time. They're not going anywhere. I'm going to step out, be right back. Hemostats. Ah, there's the filament runout sensor. It's up inside here now. Okay, so there it is right there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but instead of hanging off the back like they did on the K1, on this one they moved it inside. Okay, I'm about to give up on this altogether. I can't get a hold of it with these either. There we go, finally. There's 3 screws. Okay. I am going to toss those screws in with these 2 screws that came with the tool kit so that I don't lose them for when I have to put it back together or pack it back up to ship back. Alright, that's our screen. Looks like it goes this way. Before applying power, please check the 3 platform board fixing screws have been removed to avoid damage to the machine. We did that. The 3 platform screws have been removed. And it's kind of futzy to plug this in, but alright, like that. Drop that in there. Drop that down till it sits in place. Door closes fine over it. I think at this point we can power it up and let it do some self-check stuff rather than unwind the power cable that came with it. I'll grab one of the 50 that I have laying around in here. Okay. Well, I see LED lights come on in there. I don't know if camera will pick that up or not, but there's like 6 little LED bulbs right behind this Creality sign here. So they do put off a little bit of light. And let's crank this up some more so we can hopefully that picks up the screen a little bit right here. English, yes. Already done. Okay. Please set up your network. That one there. And I'm going to have to come around this side of the camera to see the letters on it because they use CS. Where the hell's the at symbol? Okay, it shows it's connected to my network. Central time, so that'd be UTC -5. Please be on to the device using the Creality Cloud. I don't even have my phone in here with me. So we're going to skip that. Self-inspection, start detecting. All right, so that's going through the process. It says nozzle heating, it's detecting the nozzle heating. Hotbed heating, it's detecting that. Oh crap, I didn't put the plate on there, so it's not going to level real well. See if we can get this. So do not touch the machine while it's doing this stuff. Well, I just touched it. Okay, we have movement. I think that piece of tape needs to be there. Then I seen something over the back fan, exhaust fan back here that. Please tear off the sticker before using, or before use. All right. You say so. Doesn't tear off real easily. It was covering the screen over the rear fan, so. Looks like it's bringing the bed up to do whatever it's going to do. I hope we're done with these tools. I'm going to put them away while this thing does its thing. I know it says to put glue stick on the bed before you use it, but I'm sorry. That appears to be the same material as my K1 bed, and my K1 bed absolutely does not need glue stick. Let's go ahead and get a roll of Hyper PLA out here. I'm not going to put the top on it because we're going to be printing PLA, and it's already pretty damn warm in this room. So Creality did send me, in addition to the roll of Hyper PLA that came in the printer, I got 3 more rolls of the black Hyper PLA. Well, it's actually doing a input shaping from the way it sounds there. See, there's a piece of foam here that should probably go. There's a sticker here that says K1 series filament slice parameters. It was starting to come off. Yeah, it's doing input shaping now, so let's see if I have. I know I have. It was in the box that I just put down here. Not a huge fan of these rear spool mounts, especially with the setup that I have in my other office where most of my printers reside at. Well, that ain't never going to work. That's yeah. Where the PTFE tube goes in the back of the machine here, it's basically at a 90-degree angle. There's no way it's going to go through that. That is definitely not going to work. And I'm not sure. That's a little better maybe. Looks like it did X first and now it's working on Y maybe. Alright, we made it through that. Made it through the filament sensor. See if we can make it all the way to the hot end or get close to it. There we go. We'll just leave it like that until it's done with its input shaping. What's it saying there? It says it's doing input shaping, but nothing is happening. Oh, there we go. Now it's starting to move the y-axis. So the auxiliary fan is over on the right side of the enclosure, and it looks like it's just screwed to the glass, or is it just stuck to it with VHB? No, there's 3 screws. Actually, it's polycarbonate, it's not glass. And then the cable going to it is just stuck inside there with VHB. Okay, interesting. I do see that looks like there's an extra cable that runs through the cable chain beyond what the K1 has, so I'm going to assume that's probably for the LiDAR. And then they've run the PTFE reverse Bowden on the outside of the cable chain, but that's still a pretty significant bend right there. I would like to see it on top of the cable chain, but with the flat glass that sits right on top here, we just rub on the glass. Looks like it already might rub a little bit. So one of the things I did with my K1 is I printed a riser that raises the lid up, I don't know, 30 millimeters, 25 millimeters. And then I took the PTFE out of the cable chain, printed some clips that attach it to the top so it rides on top and it doesn't have to make as sharp a bend going in there, which me sitting here touching it this whole time while it's trying to do input shaping is just going to throw that all out of whack. So before I do any real testing, I'll definitely have to run input shaper again. Let me grab my computer here. See if we can find this on Creality Cloud or Creality Print. I don't know if it's just calculating now. It's taking an awful long time to do this input shaping, but let's see. Well, I don't need Discord popping up on here. So we can end that task. Okay, let's open up Creality Print here. Looks like it's leveling. Trying to get Creality Print to open. Now I want to, well, it's still auto leveling. When it gets done with that, we'll load some filament in it. Add a K1 Max to this. I don't know if it's got a 0.6 or 0.8 millimeter. I'm going to assume this is a 0.6. It only gives me the option for a 0.6 and a 0.8, so hopefully these, well, there are the fans kicking on now. A serious error has occurred. Close, so let's start this all over again. Maybe we won't use Creality Print in here. Maybe we'll have to go to the other room and use it there and send it from there. So let's see if it's done. It still says detecting on auto leveling, so. Okay, we're going to add a K1 Max. 0.4 millimeter nozzle. There, it gave me the option. We're going to hope that's it. and try to find the device by scanning for it. Alright, that's not, oh no, there it is. Nope, that's the K1 in the other room. And then we'll manually add this one. So let's find the printer Wi-Fi. Well, gotta wait on it to get done doing his bed leveling. Then we can find the printer Wi-Fi and level it, or add it. I'm going to assume this little white deal over here, it's just a sticker with a bunch of little dots. It must have something to do with the LiDAR. Looks like it's checking 4 corners. See if we can get rid of these bright yellow arrows in here. That one came off. This one's covered in grease. I don't know if I can get a hold of it or not. Now it appears to be doing a bed mesh. Yep. So I guess we'll wait on to do a bed mesh. This is quite a slow process. See, it has a camera in it. It looks like there's something stuck over the lens of the camera. Let's get it out of there. Yep. Had that over the lens on the camera. Can't tell if there's anything over the lens on the LiDAR or not. Looks like it had a natural or clear filament in it before based on what it left here at the back of the plate. So we're going to use black this time. And one of the other things I received from Creality while I was in Shenzhen was one of their new Ferret CR Pro scanners, and I finally did get a scan of my head. I'm terrible at Blender, so it needs some work. But I was at least able to turn it into an STL file, and I've printed it once on the K1, so we'll try printing it here on the K1 Max and see how it turns out on here. It's actually pretty cool. Going to get some videos out about that ferret scanner as well, but we're going to start with this. Got a Falcon laser to unbox and play with, and then the ferret scanner. So I think it's done. That's where the K1 goes when it's finished. So let's self-test complete. Okay. Go here. Newer version is found. No, we don't want to upload it right now. So go like this. Extrude. We're going to extrude at, we're going to extrude the Hyper PLA at ABS temperatures. So we'll get the filament loaded, and guess it's not going to hurt anything if it extrudes a little bit hot. That's definitely the newer style extruder because it's got a matte finish on it, and it there we go. Should be extruding some filament out here. There's the smoke. There's the white filament. Got a lot of white in it. And now it's turning gray. And now it's turning black. Let's go here while it's doing that. No, we'll just go network. 192.168.0.158. So we'll manual add 192. Whoop, gotta put it in here. 192.168.0.158. Add. It's connecting. Printer added successfully. K1 Max, there we go. So let's go to prepare. K1 Max 0.40 nozzle, Hyper PLA 1.75. We'll go with the fast setting. We will import my head, and we'll have to do a little adjusting and cutting on it and stuff because, yeah, because bust 01. And it's going to come up and say it's too large for the printer. Processing. Okay, we've made a mess in here. The one thing I don't like about it is where it moves to purge is right in front of this big cavity fan. And I've already had it happen on my K1 where it purged some material, the fan kicked on, I didn't get it out of there, it sucked it into the fan. Model size exceed, yes, auto apply scale. Let's go for it and see what happens. Now, without a mouse, this is a little difficult for me. I don't want to do that. Let me go grab a mouse to plug into here because I can't do what I need to do on here from a touchpad. Be right back. Okay. So I already know from previous experience with this that I need to rotate You have to bear with me here because I'm doing this on a Surface Pro, which is ridiculously underpowered for slicing something of this size. Why can I not find the X? Okay, and now we're going to, well, we're going to scale it some more. Because I don't want to print near that big. Let's scale it down to 40%. Uniform scale, there we go. Now we want to, well, anyway, I'm still in scaling. Now we'll move it. And don't know that this has the ability to split the model, so I'll just drop it down through the build plate. Well, that's freaky looking. Very freaky looking. All right, let's see. Edit, infill. I'm going to use lightning. We'll slice it. And yeah, I know it's exceeding the, because there's parts below the build plate, but just go ahead and slice it. With this computer right here, obviously, it's a Microsoft Surface Pro. It's like 5 years old. Something as complex as the geometry on a scan of my face, it's going to work really hard to slice it, if it even does slice it. And if this fails, we'll just jump over on the other computer, slice it there, and send it to the printer and see how long it takes to print, how it turns out. We have a progress bar. Slow, but there's progress. I'm absolutely certain that we could have went over to the other computer, sliced this, came back and been printing in this amount of time. And we're making a little more progress. Shit, forgot to add supports. Excuse my language. All right. Edit. Support. Generate support. Yes. Support structure. Tree slim. Support everywhere. Looks good. Save. Slice. And we'll wait again. And something's getting hot in here. I'm sure it's, yeah. We'll see if the Surface Pro makes it through this before it overheats and just quits. Definitely not the correct tool to use for this project. I keep saying I'm going to go buy a laptop or another computer for this room, simply because the one in the other room is mounted on the wall and the monitors are mounted on the wall, so it really doesn't work over here. And the Surface Pro just, it's great for what I use it for work and such as that, but when it comes to things like slicing models and CAD and editing video, it just kills it. But it makes for a longer video while we stand here and watch the little bar march across the top of the screen. There we go. We're making progress. Slowly. Quarter of the way. And it hasn't come up and told me I forgot supports this time. Well, while it is doing this, let's go ahead and get this moved over in front of the camera. And that's as high up as the desk goes, so I'm still here. Those LEDs are bright. Alright, obviously this is not going to slice on this one and work, so I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to step over to the other computer and we will slice it from there, send it back over here. Alright, here we are. I'm going to go ahead and let this print, and it says it's going to be 1 hour and 44 minutes. Hot ends up to temperature, bringing the bed up to 45 degrees. So we'll watch it lay down the first layer, and then we'll check back when it's done printing and see how it turned out. It's going to take a little while here because I went ahead and had to do a print calibration, so it's going to check the bed level and run a bed mesh again before it takes off and prints. Now it's going to go back here and clean the nozzle because it uses the nozzle as the probe for probing the bed because it has load cells under the bed that sense it touching. I think what it does is it comes up to temperature on the hot end and then it cleans the nozzle and then cools it back down. Yeah, it brought the nozzle up to temperature, cleaned it, now it's cooling it back down to 150, so the fan just kicked on to assist in cooling it. Got one more sticker that's got to go. Little yellow arrow. That's a good thing it came out when it did because it had the filament jumped off the spool and was wrapped up around the spool holder. There we go. Have to keep an eye on that. No clue what it's doing. Just came up, bumped the nozzle, and now it's just sitting there. Oh, there we go. Oh, printing a prime line. I guess it's not going to do a bed mesh. There's our prime line. There's a little brim. I guess I sized this down quite a bit because I didn't want it to print all day. We'll do another print. I'll do a time lapse with figure out something that uses the full build volume of it. It's got a pretty good squish on the bed. I'm sure you can hear that fan because it's literally blowing right on my mic. That's the cavity fan here at the back. Definitely could use some tuning. I'm seeing a bit of too much over extrusion here on this first layer. At least what I feel like is over extrusion. All in all, it's a very acceptable first layer. It's not digging into the plate or anything, so that's a plus. Okay, first layer's going down fine. We're going to let this continue to print. We'll come back and check on it after it's done and see how it turned out. So there you go. Don't know how long the video's been going on, so I'm sure it tells me up there on the screen, but I'm not seeing it. Anyway, pretty fast to get it out of the box for a first print. It's definitely got the nozzle a little too close to the build plate. I'm starting to see some artifacts in the first layer that you get when it's either over extruding the first layer or too close, and I think it might be a little bit of both based on what I'm seeing there. So some tuning is in order, but let's see how the print turns out. We'll catch up to you when this is done. Hey everyone, we're back. The print is finished, so let me move this thing out of the way and we'll pop it out of there. And actually, since the door swings this way, we'll slide it the other way. And we'll get the print out of there and take a look and see how it turned out. Let's see here what it says. It says it's finished printing, but it didn't tell me the time. I think it was 2 hours and 4 minutes total time. So let's pop it out of there. Boy, that's creepy looking. That is really creepy looking. Let's see how easy the tree supports pop off. Get the stuff out of my ears. There you go. Supports are off. Don't know how much it looks like me, but you know, the level of detail on there is pretty good. Looks like I should have spent a little more time in slicing and had it put the seam, you know, at the back of my head instead of right straight down my forehead and nose. I don't know how well the camera will pick that up or not, but there you go. That's the first print of this K1 Max Polymaker Hyper PLA Black. And, you know, because I went and sliced it on an old version of Creality print, this didn't have the high speed setting for the Hyper PLA or for this printer, so going to play around with it some more. I've got some projects I need to get printed up, so I'm going to use it for that. Going to do some prints with some other materials besides the Hyper PLA, but since that's what they sent with the printer, I figured that's what we'd give a try the first shot. So, you know, my initial thoughts are, yeah, it's a clean printer. Looks like it's well designed. It's very aesthetically pleasing. I think it could use some more room here on the top. That's just awfully close to that Bowden tube up there. I never did set the glass panel on. We may as well do that and see if that Bowden tube actually does touch. It does not, but boy is it close. So, yeah, setup was easy. You seen it from unboxing it all the way to first print. Really pretty fast. If you're not making a video and doing it, I'd say 10-15 minutes from start to finish. You can have an unbox set up, film it fed into it, and send in your first print to it. I'm going to play around a little bit with the Creality app on my phone and try some of the direct to printer stuff. And of course I'll show you guys all that, but you know, I can't really find anything bad to say about it yet. It's a good looking printer. Printed a mini me, did a pretty good job of that. Now that Creality has the scan of my face and my head, I can grow my mustache back, because that was the whole reason why I had to shave this off, was so that we could get this scan of me. So I will send them this scan and I will stop shaving for the next couple of weeks. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Stick around. Going to do an unboxing and first couple of uses with the Falcon laser. I also have the Creality CR Ferret Pro. I'm waiting on Joy to get back off a holiday so she can get me set up for, because I use an iPhone, and right now their app for their bridge and everything does not, they have it for the iPhone, but it's not out of beta testing yet, so I've got to get her my Apple ID so she can add me to the beta test, blah, blah, blah. But that's a whole nother thing. That is what I use to scan this, do a scan of my head. Was that CR Ferret Pro. I actually did it directly to the computer. Pretty damn cool if you ask me. I've scanned a few things, but this is actually the first thing I printed. So, the K1 Max, hey, you know, it's got a pretty good size build volume. Supposedly prints fast. I'll find that out here in the near future. Out of the box, from opening the top of the box to actually getting filament pushing out of it, very quick and painless. The longest part of it's the 15-minute first time through calibration where it does all that stuff. But once that's done, I have no idea how the LiDAR works on it and stuff like that. I know it's on there, but I'll have to figure that out. So, thanks for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you that takes time to watch one of these videos. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe. There'll be a thumbs up, a subscribe. Who knows where they'll pop up at, but I'll pop them up here. A link to this printer in the video description down below. No, it is not an affiliate link. I do not have an affiliate link with Creality. Someday that may change, but right now I don't. And yeah. Stick around, watch some more of these videos, and we'll catch you on the next one. As always, peace out.